Guys, is this Freddy Fazbear? Arr, 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 arr.
To be honest with you, when I heard they were making a Five Nights at Freddy's movie earlier this year, I laughed. It was hilarious. And then I saw the trailer, and I kept laughing because it was still funny. And I thought it was a joke. Well, before I saw the trailer anyway. And then I realized it was real, and I thought, wow, this film's going to be terrible, but at least I'm going to laugh at it. But, shockingly, it was actually, I kind of liked it. It was kind of alright. So this is the part in the video where there's spoilers. So if you don't want to hear them, then why are you watching review videos? But also, this is where you click off. So, see you later, those people. Right, so, our main character, Mike Schmidt, is having problems keeping a job. You see, his little brother was kidnapped when he was very young, and now he gets quite overly paranoid about it happening to somebody else, to the point where in the first-ish kind of scene, we see him beat up a kid's father because he thought that the kid was being kidnapped, and he didn't know it was his dad. So, yeah, it's not a great thing to put on your CV, really. And not only that, but he also takes sleeping pills and does other weird stuff to revisit the memory of the kidnapping in his dreams, in the vain hope that some kind of new information will display itself for him to figure out who did it. And so that, combined with the paranoia, kind of makes it difficult for him to get a job. That and the assault charges, of course. So his options are few, and with him looking after his little sister, and his aunt trying to take him to family court over her, because, well, let's face it, he's probably not taking care of her the best he possibly could. So, yeah, to pretty much stop her from getting his little sister, he needs to find a job, because it'll make him look better. Well, luckily for him, there is one option. There's some guy hiring for a security guard in an old, shut-down pizza restaurant. Freddy Fazbear's or something. Makes no difference to him anyway. Yet while he's there, he meets this police officer who comes by a few times. She knows a suspicious amount about Freddy Fazbear's, so she shows him around, and he doesn't really question it for a bit anyway. And yeah, that's pretty much the first night. He just gets shown around the place and meets her. Now the next day, while, he's not at work because he does night shifts, not day shifts, some thugs hired by his aunt break in because they want to make him look bad, and, well, unfortunately for all of them, they get jump scared, and it's very scary for them all, so they didn't make it out. Now the next night consists of Mike trying to dream in Freddy Fazbear's to try and figure out what happened to his brother. He also brings his sister along for the ride because she wanted him to, and he's not a great parental figure, so he just gave in and said yeah. So, guess that's convincing enough for him. Anyway, she completely ignores what he said about staying, in the security office where he works, and she just leaves and goes and almost gets ganged by animatronics. Now Mike hears this, he wakes up and he goes to save her from the evil robots, but it turns out she's actually made friends with them. So, yeah, that's a real part of the film, by the way. The next night, they both go back, because, well, Mike didn't learn his lesson and he brought his sister again, but this time the police lady's there too to hold him accountable. To that, she doesn't straight away. She's fine with it for a little bit. But yeah, they make a fort in Freddy's with the animatronics, they make a little play fort out of the tables and stuff, because that's what happens, and they actually do that, it's real. Yeah, plenty of Five Nights at Freddy's fans, I'm not one of them, they're seething about this scene. I've never played any of the games, so, but yeah, they hate this scene. I think it's quite funny. Then Mike gets yelled at by the police lady, and he tries to give his sister to his aunt, just surrender straight away, because he thinks, you know what, she's right, I am terrible at looking after her, I just brought her to some killer robots twice in a row, so probably best I give her away. And this angers his little sister. Like, she's angry about this. She does not like her aunt. So she crosses out Mike Schmidt from all the drawings that she's drawn of him, which then the animatronics, now they're angry at him too, because they love drawings for some reason. So once he's out of them, they see him as an enemy, and so they almost kill him. And so fortunately, Mike Schmidt gets saved by the policewoman for somehow, and he needs to team up with her to defeat the animatronics. And well, actually, they need to convince the little girl to draw something so that the animatronics then gang up on Springtrap, who was behind all of it. He's the guy who made Freddy Fazbear's and killed the kids. So yeah, that's the end. So what did I think of it? Well, it was pretty good, to be honest. Like, the way I just explained it sounds pretty bad, but pretty funny, and that's about what I expected of the film. It wasn't scary at all, but it was funny, and there was one scene that carried the whole film, and I'm not going to say what it was, because then it'll be ruined for you, and I don't want that. So you're just going to have to watch it and see. But yeah, it was a decent film. Could have done worse. There was nothing woke about it. By the way, never played a single FNAF game in my life, so I'm casually here for the ride to laugh at this whole situation. I have nothing to complain about because I expected worse, but it outperformed my low expectations, so it was right. It was right. It was good. That's what I have to say. I mean, sure, it wasn't cinematic brilliance. It wasn't scary at all. It was funny, and the plot wasn't terrible. Could have been a worse plot, and that's more than I expected, to be honest. So go watch it if you want, or don't. That's all from me. Anyway, so I'll see you in the next review.